What's up everybody, welcome back to the vlog. My name is Filip Latocha. Today, we hit a milestone with the Nike Tempo Next Percent. We are going to review the shoe after 300 plus miles. But before we get into it, make sure you like the video, subscribe to the YouTube channel. Definitely stay subscribed because we got a lot of cool stuff coming up with training camp footage, daily vlogs, just all the good stuff. And of course, if you are subscribed and still watching these videos, love you guys a lot. I appreciate it. Without further ado, yeah, let's get into it. So, I'm going to avoid talking about specs with this shoe because I have like at least 5 to 6 plus videos about this shoe right now with like a 50 plus mile review at every step of the way of the damage I've put into these shoes. I'll link that video somewhere else here, maybe at the bottom or something if you really want to get into the specs and learn about the shoe. What I really want to talk about is the damage I've gotten to these shoes with winter running. So, first of all, you're probably going to be asking, Phil, winter running in Chicago is really snowy, a lot of slush, a lot of rain, a lot of water all over the place. Why would you run with this shoe during those days? Well, I'm not. Even though there's a lot of snow and we have like huge piles of it all over our lakefront paths in the city and whatnot, there's days that are a little bit warmer, some days that are really, really cold where you probably shouldn't be running in a Flyknit because you'll freeze your toes off, kind of like I have been doing the last couple of days with this particular shoe. But there are some days that are a little bit warmer, and it's a little bit drier outside. Not to say that it's bad, but like you can get away with basically not running in slush and getting the shoe completely soaked. So I have been using it on those particular days with great results. I think this was today's run. Basically, the times are still kind of making me look a lot better than I really am. I would say the effort was more like 6:20, 6:10 tempo pace rather than 5:55 average. That being said, the point is there that I was just having some tempo speed work for a 9 to 10K run, 6 miles, whatever it is up there. Anyways, okay, let's talk about the bottoms. Let's show them up first so you can see what we're talking about here. So, first things first, here's my left foot. Pretty much okay from the looks of it, and this is probably everything that everyone wants to see because the right foot is the one that I just absolutely destroy on a daily basis or whenever I run into these, and it looks something like this. Look at that. I'm gonna let you guys just stare at that for a little while with this particular angle, and I'll put this shoe down. You guys can get a side view of what on earth is going on. We'll give you guys the heel as well. And then back here again. So, minus all the dirt and stuff that's on the shoe here already. I don't really wash them beforehand. I just kind of want to show you guys what's going on. Basically, there's a lot of damage now. And the performance of the shoe has had a smidgen of a change. And we're going to discuss whether it's a good or bad thing if you can continue running in this shoe when you've popped one of the air pockets. Or air pods, whatever you want to call them. Yeah, so let's get into it. So basically, as you can see, this is probably something we discussed in the previous video. This air pocket definitely already popped after I shredded the rubber off and exposed it. The piece of rubber that I was hoping would stay afloat or connected right here has officially ripped off. And yeah, that's where my hypothesis of the destruction of the shoe is officially going to began, essentially. That being said, the air pocket has been shredded at some points to now whenever my foot slightly supinates while running really fast on the terrain that is snow, sleet, salt. That's probably the real big destroyer of this shoe right now, is running on that salt and slipping on this shoe. Essentially, it's caused enough wear and tear to the point where we're seeing essentially the rubber getting shredded up here in this upper forefoot outside area. That to me is very interesting because it's very smoothed out, which tells me that because it's not really aggressive in this area, but a lot more aggressive on this outside area, it's probably my running form again that's probably really pushing into this Zoom X piece right here in the corner, and that's probably starting to push off a lot more if we're going a lot faster. But this, actually there's like two places. Let's see if I can get the light correct. This area right up here And this particular area right here is showing two things to me. One, the elements outside that we're running on are beginning to obviously sand out the shoe. So that's probably the salt. There is definitely sand on the snowy paths because it does provide a little bit of grip. I know my base camp, that's one of their methods of preserving the concrete is not to put salt on it, but to put sand, and the sand does help. It helps with getting your cars out of stuff and whatnot. Let's not digress too much. It is definitely smoothing out the shoe in this particular area, but it's also starting to hit this air pocket area, which is telling me two things. One, when we're running really fast, the supination is going to occur. That also happens when I'm doing strides, that this area of impact that my foot wants to use is definitely taking a total beating. But what's also happening for sure is if I'm conscious of it, I am compensating by having a slight pronation, or as best as I can to pronate into this inner area of the shoe. Partially because there isn't much of a choice, because once this piece of the shoe hits and there's nothing to cave into here, it would be really bad for my ankle, and it would be very much noticeable for my shoe to cave in more, or not cave out in this case, more than what my foot is used to. So, I think I also mentioned this in the previous video. This nylon plate that's in this shoe, exclusively when it's really cold outside, and I can't stress this enough, and I'm not 100% sure why. I've got a hypothesis why. The plate is a lot more, the word I'm looking for, I guess, is the nylon plate is so much less flexible sideways on the shoe. So that being said, when you're running in like really cold weather, like I think last weekend when I was running, when it was like 10 degrees, 5 degrees outside, so if you convert that to Celsius for my European and not American friends, that's like -17, -20 degrees. Basically what's happening is the plate does not flex, and it actually does feel extremely awkward on your foot if you're trying to push on this plate and you almost supinate. So the plate feels like it's going to crack if you push way too hard on it. I don't think it's supposed to. It's like nylon. So you really have to put in some damage to crack it, but it doesn't flex nearly as much in the winter. So definitely the Tempo Next Percent is not a cold, snowy winter runner by any stretch of the imagination, but as the temperature is a little bit warmer and a little more rational for running in a Flyknit type of shoe, then yeah, it does make sense. But that is something that I've noticed, and it does make a very significant difference in how your feel in the shoe and your, essential compression and decompression of the plate feels in this particular area. So basically the ball of my right foot and like a little bit closer to the midfoot area is starting to develop a little bit of a blister because it's taking a lot more impact than the rest of the mid forefoot area that I'm running on. That is obviously due to this area being a lot more destroyed, a lot more caved in, and the overcompensation as a result of that and the lack of nylon plate flex. So yeah, I think I want to keep this video relatively short as to what's going on with this. It looks like we're like at almost 9 minutes with it. I think that's as far as we need to go. What does the shoe ultimately have in store now? Well, it is at 300 plus miles. Like I promised, we're going to run this shoe until it's obviously not runnable, until it's absolutely like the nylon plate's cracked, one of the air pods comes off, until the shoe is just basically not usable. And at that point, I'm going to make my offer to Nike. I'll actually make their offer now. So Nike, if you're watching this, here's the deal. This is a really cool shoe for you guys to research to make better, and just to analyze how your materials are going overall. And it would be really great if you guys buy these shoes back from me. For my offer will be $420, and you ship me a brand new pair of the shoe. I'll send these to you. No questions asked. You guys can do all the research you want with it. And yeah, basically that's kind of my offer for what's going on here. You guys would definitely like this. I think you guys would benefit in making the shoe better in your R&D by obviously having this. So Nike, you should take me up on this, or just give me an endorsement deal, one or the other. I'm cool with that too. So that's all I've got with this video. If you have any questions or any comments on basically what's going on here, if you think I'm lowballing myself to Nike with that offer, leave that in the comments below. Tell me the number I should counter offer with. And yeah, again, like, subscribe to the channel, and it's going to be a good time overall. We're going to run this thing to 400 plus miles. That might be the next time I make a video for this shoe. 350 plus miles, no need, I guess, unless we destroy it. But 400 plus miles will be our next milestone with this shoe. So, that being said, thanks for watching this video. I'll see you guys real soon.